Xin chào, xin chào, xin chào. Wow, we are all together again. Um, well, this is most emotional moment for me as a trip leader working for Overseas Adventure Travel. Let's have a toast. And this is a glass of wine about love, about sharing. And so let's count down in Vietnam. Một, hai, ba, zo! Well, and sitting down here this moment, I would like to take the time for each member in our group to speak out about the most memorable highlight on 18 days in Vietnam. So we will talk about one of our best moments in Vietnam. We will go from the right to the left for Mr. David and finish in Mrs. Johan. Well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you, and especially thank you very much for all the members of Sir Edmund Hillary Club member who keep coming back and with us for many trips and supporting and supported our business. And for me today, I have to say the highlight of the trip with you. It is so interesting to observe all of you bond together with very much respectful each other. So thank you very much for your passion, for your energy, for your interest. So go throughout of the trip here, and you are one of the most successful trip and what I have been for 8 years with Overseas Adventure Travel. There are many of them, but I would like to point out several key points on this trip. Number one, everybody have been very punctual, never late even for a second. Nobody get lost of your belongings. This is so wonderful. Save a lot of energy for the trip leader. Nobody gets sick? Well, but sometimes could be the diarrhea. This is part of learning and discovery for the trip here. Nobody get hit by the scooter. This is okay. I mean, this is a nation, nearly 50 million scooter, but you've been really expert for crossing street in Vietnam. Nobody get lost. Oh, this is wonderful. But for us, OAT have expression, the more you get lost, the more you know about the country. So with those credit, you are really qualified for many other trip with OAT. What I would like to emphasize of our trip, all about adventure. We don't focus about the luxury trip, about hotel, about the restaurant, about beautiful resort. We would like to take you off the beaten track to learn more about the local people's life and exchange culture. So get along and closely with the local and learn about the good and the bad, the ugly of the country, what have been happened. So do you remember on this trip so many different things, and you have been shared with me about in your wish list in the pre-trip email, like Mr. David, you mentioned, Phil, I would like to have a chance to talk with the local and learn about their daily life, even able to work with the local. You remember in the day 5, we went into one of the village named Tho Ha, away one hour bus from Hanoi City. We crossed the river by the local ferry. when we got there, welcomed by Mr. and Mrs. Viet, V-I-E-T, who taught us how to make the rice paper. Do you remember rice paper for making spring roll? Yes, deep fried spring roll. Yes. And so we saw the rice paper, they dry out on the roof of all the houses, on the alleys and everywhere, and had lunch and play music with Mr. and Mrs. Viet. This is really unforgettable moment for me, Mr. David. Mr. Tony, you have been mentioned about, I would like to meet the victim of the war in Vietnam. Probably it's not 100%, but in the day 6, we went into Bat Truong ceramic village, 45 minutes east outside of Hanoi. After we got out from the pottery workshop where we have been hands-on, we met the elderly couple, Mr. and Mrs. Duc, D-U-C, who has been very friendly, caring, and polite, invited us inside the house with tea and peanut brittle, the candy, and share with us about how their life have been through the land reform. The couple has been lost 11 properties, including their house in the 1958. They've been very sad, but what they couldn't speak out, this is very hard moment for them. Now, time already recovered everything, but their properties never returned, even they didn't do anything wrong. So Mrs. Sharon, you have a wish list to see the Vietnamese Grand Circle Foundation. We have been taken ill to Nha Trang, where Grand Circle Foundation been supported more than 50 ladies pregnant living in the shelter, even with the baby, but no family caring. Thank you, allow us to support this program in this country. With this foundation, allow us to help for 1,000 people's life who had a really difficult life. So that shelter, Mr. and Mrs. Phúc, as same name with me, they've been very good taking care for the young mother. And for this moment, I am definitely would like to say Vietnamese very much friendly, hospitable, where we have been, such as the family of Mr. and Mrs. Wang in Bamboo Basket Village, who we had joy for lunch, very much open and sharing with us and how friendly they've been through. Or the family up in Dalat, where we had a home visit dinner. You had learned very much about how their life, but they actually been open and sharing with us about how they make their living, how their life, how they learn to speak English. With all these, I'm very much appreciated for your travel experience in this time. One more time, I would like to, on behalf of our company, Overseas Adventure Travel, thank you very much for this trip, 18 days in Vietnam. I would love you would bring this home, and our team would like to say, looking for you coming back with us and sharing all your beautiful experiences and moments in this trip. And so bring this and for people in the world to understand about more from Vietnamese people. Cảm ơn very much for this trip with us. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner this moment.